You are listening to Valley Black Talk Radio College Edition, 88.1 FM KFCM. I am Tamara Hill.
And I'm Simone Rixey. We're here today to talk about an growing epidemic on the social media part of the world. We're here to talk about Instagram, a rapidly growing trend that has now become a full-fledged powerhouse in the social media world. Little do people know that there are some consequences that come with this. So that's what we're here to talk about today. We have a couple guests with us. We have Courtney Johnson, Jacoya Murphy,
Javion Johnson, and Lakin Mariesa.
Okay, so our first question for today is, why do you use Instagram?
First off, I don't even have an Instagram, and there are many reasons as to why I don't have an Instagram. One, my phone doesn't get Instagram, but if my phone did get Instagram, I probably still wouldn't use it. I feel like that's what my Facebook's for, that's what my Twitter's for. It's unnecessary for me to have all these apps, blowing up my phone and making my battery go dead, just running and running and running. Like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Okay, and for those of you listening, this app actually, it lets you create a username. You have an account, you have a profile, you can add photos, you can follow other users' profiles, and you also have an opportunity to like or not like photos, kind of validating what others post and also letting others validate what you post.
So, when it comes to that question, why do you use Instagram? Why do you use it, Lakin?
Because sometimes a picture speaks louder than words. So, if I have something that I saw that's really cool, I can't really explain it. So I'll just show a picture and people are like, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's all bad. So that's why I have my Instagram.
Yeah, I like Instagram a lot. What about you, Courtney? What do you think?
Well, I like Instagram. Like I said before, I think it's a great way to get some information out there. I know when the elections were going on, that's how I learned everything was from Instagram. That's how I knew Mitt Romney's view. That's how I knew Obama's views was from Instagram. Not only was it funny and entertaining to see them, to see people mocking, the candidates, it was also fun to see, their opposing views and what they stood on. I mean, beyond that, I'm involved in a sorority. It's a great way to promote my sorority and our events. It's a great way for me to learn, about different things that's going on my school's campus. I love to see what's going on with other people in their lives. It's just fun to me. I don't take it so hard and harsh as in, oh, Instagram, you're always on it. Yeah, I'm always on it. I love it. I enjoy it. It entertains me and it gets me through class, definitely.
Okay, and Javion, how do you feel about this social media goldmine?
Well, for me personally, I was really never into social media like that, so I kind of just stuck with one. Like right now, I have a Twitter. I'm stuck on that. That's cool with me. And pictures are cool, but me personally, I just really like to live in the moment. Like, it's cool to see it over and over again, but at the same time, I appreciate the one time that I'm able to see it.
So, another question. What is the purpose of Instagram? Like, why post all these pictures of your life and have people follow your basically every footstep that you take while taking pictures? Why do you use your Instagram?
Well, personally, I don't really post pictures of me on Instagram for that reason, because I don't really like people in my business. But I do post pictures of things that are really funny, like, like there was a picture of a lady who's working out, and with all due respect, she's not in anywhere near bikini shape, and she wants to get there in 2 weeks. To me, that's funny. So, again, you can only get it if you see it on an Instagram photo, So that's what I do on my Instagram. I don't post my personal life on Instagram. I keep my personal life personal. Everything else is fun and games to me.
So your Instagram is based on humor?
Yes, humor. Thank you very much.
And I think that's a big part of Instagram, but another part of Instagram that I think really has the biggest impact is what most people would call a selfie, which is a picture that you post of yourself. So do we have any selfie posters?
Why are you looking at me? I am a selfie poster. I think I look good sometimes, so I want to show that I look good.
You're not the only one, though.
I like to show that sometimes I like posting my outfits. I don't know. I don't think I think it's a freedom of self-expression. Like, hey, like, why not show that I am confident, and it shows because I be getting likes too.
Yeah. I don't think selfies are bad, but it's kind of it's like the time frame when you do it. If you do it every 5 to 2 minutes, there's a problem. Like you're really, you should be confident, but that's like conceited right there. Just yourself all the time. That kind of is one thing that annoys me when it comes to
people who post pictures. They'll like post a picture of the same facial expression, and then 5 minutes later, it's the same facial expression, but just a different lip movement, like
the kissy face,
and then it's the serious. But it's the same outfit, the same hair, so it's like you're doing this you're doing this like every 5 minutes. I think that's when it gets kind of okay.
What do you think about it, Jaquoia? Because I know you've seen Instagram pictures, even though you don't have one, but I know you've seen some. What do you think about it?
Sometimes I'm very disappointed at the Instagram pictures that I've seen, where you have girls that think that they're a model, and I feel like everybody's a model on Instagram, everybody's a model on their Twitter, they're a model on their Facebook, but some girls take it too far. And when I see them in person, it's like, you look nothing like you look on your Instagram. And I just want to put that out there. You look way different. Yes, the filters. And I don't know, the whole filtering thing, that's cool sometimes, but then it's like when you keep doing it and you're trying to put this picture that, of something that you really don't look like in person, you probably look like you have really good skin, and I'll see you and you really don't. So, that's really just something that I really think about on Instagram.
So you're saying it's a false advertisement on Instagram?
Yeah, well, using those filters, really, the filters help people. let me be honest, because, and a lot of people with these hashtags, they talk about, oh, no filter, no filter. Man, girl, sometimes you need a filter.
Well, I will say this. I agree with Koya on like the whole like false advertisement. I mean, sometimes Instagram can be a little disrespectful. Like, it was funny to me, but this post was, oh my God, this post was like really disrespectful. It was like when, I don't know if you guys seen it, but it was like Jesus, and it was like Jesus taking a picture in the mirror, and it was like going out tonight with the homies, and it was a picture of Jesus in the mirror. And I was like, I know I shouldn't be laughing because this is so offensive, but people do kind of take things overboard on Instagram. I will say that. It's just kind of some things I don't think should be mocked or like taken, too much, mockery at.
We'll be right back with a commercial break. This is Tamara with Valley Black Talk Radio, College Edition, 88.1 FM, KFCF. Stay tuned.
Before the Harlem Shake, there was the Harlem Renaissance Movement. Do you guys know what the Harlem Renaissance Movement is? It was a cultural explosion that celebrated and elevated African Americans. The ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated present the Harlem Renaissance, the Doves of the Past. Presented to you at Fresno State, March 20th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come out and celebrate the Harlem Renaissance.
On March 26, 1995, HIV claimed Eric Lynn Wright, but you probably know him better as one of the hip-hop greats, Eazy-E. If you don't want to be next, the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated are putting on an HIV informational on March 20th at 8 to 10 p.m. in the USU Downstairs Pavilion at the Fresno State campus. Come out and support.
Jamie Foxx, Kerry Washington, Leonardo DiCaprio, Samuel L. Jackson, and Oscar-winning Christoph Waltz all starred in the great movie Django Unchained. Sponsored by AMP-TV, we bring you Django Unchained Discussion Part 2 from a woman's perspective. April 11th from 6 to 8. Come out and give your own opinion on the women's perspective in the movie. Located at the African American Museum, 1857 Fulton Street, Fresno, California.
Are you listening? Good, because now it's time to be connected. Anne Marie Pro TV is your urban information resource for the latest in nationwide and international breaking news every day, from business, politics, and fashion to entertainment and hard news. Go to amptvnow.com and watch the latest on upcoming shows, review our nationwide TV guide, and more. Better yet, download our web-based app to your mobile phone and be connected to the latest urban information worldwide. Scan our QR code with your mobile phone or go to amptvnow.com today and be connected.
Calling All Greeks. On April 11th, the Fresno Grizzlies will be hosting a Greek night at 7:05 p.m. Whatever fraternity or sorority brings the most participants will get to throw the first pitch at the game. Groups with 40 plus will also get parking passes. Groups with 50 plus, a free second outing. There will be $1 hot dogs, $1 sodas, and even $1 beers. We hope to see you there.
And we are back. This is Tamara Hill with Valley Black Talk Radio College Edition, 88.1 FM KFCF. And we're going to talk about Instagram and its pros and cons. So, Jacoya, what do you think are the pros and cons about Instagram?
Well, I can definitely tell you a con that I've seen. I see a lot of, I don't want to say discrimination, but I do. At the same time, when it comes to Instagram, it gives you a free opportunity to put things up that are sometimes very inappropriate. I've seen one of these posts where it was this black girl and she only has one hand, and the caption said, "If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands." Now, I don't know what everybody else thinks about that, so you just go ahead and pass the mic.
What do you think about that, Lakin?
I don't know what to say to that. That's a little harsh, actually. So I don't know what to say on that. That's very disrespectful.
No comment. Courtney?
I mean, like I said before, I think Instagram doesn't have a filter on it, so it kind of leaves it open for anybody to take stabs at anybody, and that's, to me, not as bad as some of the things that I've seen before. So, I mean, you got to have one at your own risk. You know, you're going to see things you like. You're going to see things you don't like. It's up to you to like it and repost it, or to keep scrolling down. I mean, that's all.
Okay, definitely. So we've kind of come to the conclusion that when it comes to posting, you know, one has to consider the effects of what it is that you're posting. Of course, we have the right to free speech. And as an Instagram user, you have the right to post whatever you want. But there is a button that you can report abuse. So if you ever feel like it is necessary, you can report abuse now. After Instagram was purchased by Facebook, they installed that. So I think that that's a good thing to have, just so that you can say, you know, hey, you're going a little bit too far. Another thing I want to ask about in regards to cons for Instagram is a little bit of like, you know, self-esteem, self-validation. Javion, what do you think about people who post pictures of themselves for confidence boosts?
Well, I mean, just in that question, it kind of defeats itself. Like, if it's your confidence, why do you have to post pictures of yourself for other people to see, to boost your confidence? That's my main thought on that.
Do you feel like the likes, you know, people get excited about getting 100 likes and all these celebrities getting millions of likes? Like, do you think the likes, like, will boost people's confidence? Do they just, you know, what do you think about that? Because the likes is pretty crazy.
Yeah, the likes are pretty ridiculous. Like, I've seen pictures with people who have likes like 400, 500 likes. I'm pretty sure that's a low number for other people. But I just feel like, I mean, yeah, it is a confidence booster because, I mean, you take a picture of yourself and people like it, you know? So definitely, I feel like it's a definite correlation.
I wish I had 400 likes. I'm going to have like 400 followers, but I don't get on average.
Well, that brings me to my next point. I think Courtney and I might be thinking the same thing. It's like, well, what about the people who don't get likes? How does that affect? And that's one of the things that we want to talk about here today in regards to consequences of Instagram. If you are posting pictures and you aren't getting likes, does that bring down one's self-esteem? Does that have a negative effect on someone's mental health? What do you think, Courtney?
I don't know, because I already have a certain self-confidence. I know who I am. I know what I look like. I know what I like, this and the third. So when I don't get a certain amount of likes, I'm just like, I'm still cute. You can't tell me nothing. I mean, it doesn't bother me. However, my thing is, I hate seeing things that I know shouldn't have got a lot of likes, and I'm looking like, what the heck? That shouldn't have got that many likes, you know? I mean, and I know this is going off sideways, but one thing I am confused about is how one can have a certain amount of followers but only get a certain amount of likes. It's like, why are you following me then? I mean, if you just want to, scroll down for entertainment, this and the third, okay. But why are you following me if you're not going to like nothing? Because I know I like everything. And that's because I genuinely follow this person because they're entertaining, they're cute, or...
Hey, they're probably...
I'm honest. Hey, I'm honest.
But you got to think about it. Sometimes the reason people follow you is to be nosy. To be nosy. You got to be honest. Like if you have some random chick adding you, you're like, what is her intention? So I don't know her. So why is she trying to follow me? So you got to think about stuff like that. Yeah. And what were you gonna say, Lakin?
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, personally, going back to the getting a certain amount of likes, it's like when I post pictures, I don't get at least 10 likes. That hurts my feelings. Not because, and it makes me think.
You delete your photo.
No, that's the thing. I don't take personal. Again,
You delete your photo if you did not reach a certain amount of likes.
I don't take personal pictures of myself. So when I put some
Humorous pictures, remember?
Yeah, like I do humor pictures. So like if no one likes, I'm like, this photo sucks. I'm gonna go find another one that's better. So I mean, but then again, that goes if I don't get more than 10 likes, I like no, never mind. I just delete it because it's not entertaining people. It's either that or just people are like, oh, whatever, we've seen that before. So that was like, okay, someone else already saw it, so I'm just going to find something better.
Okay. And I think that leads us into our next topic, kind of like what is to come of Instagram? What is to come of all these things? Are we going to have more people in our business? Are things going to be less private? What does the future have in store for us? Is Instagram the beginning of an epidemic? What will it lead to? We'll talk about it when we come back. You're listening to Valley Black Talk Radio College Edition, 88.1 FM, KFCF. This is Simone Rixey. We're here for you.
Before the Harlem Shake, there was the Harlem Renaissance Movement. Do you guys know what the Harlem Renaissance Movement is? It was a cultural explosion that celebrated and elevated African Americans. The ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated present the Harlem Renaissance, the Doves of the Past. Presented to you at Fresno State, March 20th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come out and celebrate the Harlem Renaissance.
On March 26, 1995, HIV claimed Eric Lynn Wright, but you probably know him better as one of the hip-hop greats, Eazy-E. If you don't want to be next, the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated are putting on an HIV informational on March 20th at 8 to 10 p.m. in the USU Downstairs Pavilion at the Fresno State campus. Come out and support.
Jamie Foxx, Kerry Washington, Leonardo DiCaprio, Samuel L. Jackson, and Oscar-winning Christoph Waltz all starred in the great movie Django Unchained. Sponsored by AMP TV, we bring you Django Unchained Discussion Part 2 from a woman's perspective. April 11th from 6 to 8. Come out and give your own opinion on the women's perspective in the movie. Located at the African American Museum, 1857 Fulton Street, Fresno, California.
Are you listening? Good, because now it's time to be connected. Anne Marie Pro TV is your urban information resource for the latest in nationwide and international breaking news every day, from business, politics, and fashion to entertainment and hard news. Go to amptvnow.com and watch the latest on upcoming shows, review our nationwide TV guide, and more. Better yet, download our web-based app to your mobile phone and be connected to the latest urban information worldwide. Scan our QR code with your mobile phone or go to amptvnow.com today and be connected.
Calling all Greeks, on April 11th, the Fresno Grizzlies will be hosting a Greek night at 7:05 p.m. Whatever fraternity or sorority brings the most participants will get to throw the first pitch at the game. Groups with 40 plus will also get parking passes. Groups with 50 plus, a free second outing. There will be $1 hot dogs, $1 sodas, and even $1 beers. We hope to see you there.
We are back. This is Tamara with Valley Black Talk Radio College Edition, 88.1 FM, KFCF. Now we're going to discuss the end result of Instagram. What do you think Instagram will be in the next, 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see Instagram just I mean, being Instagram, probably more on the corporate level as well. Now today we have people that are in business looking through your Facebook and your profiles to see what you've been doing. I feel like that's what it's going to turn into. They're going to be looking at your Instagram. They're going to be checking out your Twitter. They're going to go into all sorts of profiles that you might have. And so that's when it links back into having that good branding of yourself. And I think that's what people really need to work on.
I mean, everybody knows my Facebook, it doesn't say my first name or my last name. It says Blue Man. And then I also don't use my professional email address for my Facebook because you could get looked up when I have a decoy email address. So if you want to do like some better branding, create a decoy. Don't have your first and last name on your Facebook or Instagram because that's how you get looked up. I've had people, hey, man, I looked you up. I couldn't find you. I'm like, ooh. I mean, my mom typed my name in Google. My Facebook picture came up. So I don't do that. So, again, that's why I don't really post personal stuff about me on my Facebook or Instagram.
But then I know with, like, Facebook and Instagram, you can get tagged. So you can clean it out, but then you can also have that tagging to where, you know, you're in a picture with somebody who has on provocative clothing and you can get, you know, guilty by association just by being in that photograph. So I know that's also something that I'm going to be afraid of. I mean, I clean out my Instagram and my Facebook. I do. I try to kind of screen it a little bit. But at the same time, like, I feel like this is me. I don't want to have to hide that because if this is truly who I am, this is what you're going to get, you know? Like, of course, in a professional setting, you're not going to get a picture of me at a party or anything like that. But do know that I am a college student. Do know that I like to have fun. Do know that I am involved. But at the same time, like, I do try to clean out, you know, the negatives and things that can be kind of taken the wrong way.
Right. I think that's definitely important. And I think what Jacoya and Courtney were both saying is it's kind of like a self-image. You are promoting yourself and this image that you have of yourself. And I think as time passes and in the future, it'll become a thing where everybody has an Instagram. Just like nowadays, everyone has a Facebook. Seven-year-old children now have Facebooks and are adding their classmates and their friends and all kind of stuff. So next thing you know, it might be everybody has an Instagram. And if that is the case, then that goes right into the consumer society that we live in. And maybe that was their goal. Everybody is their own brand. Everybody is their own image. So we're going to let them sell themselves. And hey, we'll make a little bit of money off of it too.
Right.
And I think that's actually, I mean, what you're talking about, because, I mean, I'm very business-minded, so what I'm looking at it is this way. I mean, we're talking about 5 years from now. As we know, Facebook is about like a $3 or something billion industry itself. So I feel like Instagram will start having those, those advertisement, which for people who, yeah, you know, so there's going to be like advertisement in there, and then that, again, is money maker. And for me, just with the business aspect that I have, just mindset is like, it's good investment for you if you're trying to make money. I mean, easy money. Just invest in Instagram or Facebook because that's what people are doing now. You know, so it's gonna. I mean, it goes to the business aspect of it. It's gonna turn to a business franchise, and start generating money. So I mean, it's free, but in a way, it's not really free. So.
Do you guys think Instagram will end up like Facebook? I mean, I'm just saying on more of a social level. Take away from the business. But you guys know Facebook was thriving at one point.
Yes.
And now it's kind of, to me, fading out a little bit. Do you think Instagram's gonna
Right now, it seems like it like started off with MySpace. I know there was other ones before them, but I started off with MySpace. And then that died out, and Facebook came, and everyone was on Facebook. And then Facebook is still there, but then more people were on Twitter. And then now we have Instagram. I think Instagram's taking over. Like, at one point, I did think that Instagram was going to die out like everything else, but now when we talked about it, I'm like, I don't think it will die out. I think it'll become more advertisements, more stuff. It's going to be upgraded to a whole different level.
I mean, I think Instagram is still fairly new. If you look at it, it's only been around for about a year. I mean, Facebook was it's about 8. I mean, when I had my first Facebook, I was 08, 2008. So I don't really know this. So, I mean, now we're 5 years later, it's dying down. Instagram is still young, so it's still booming. So I'm just saying in a couple of years, I mean, it's going to turn into, it might die down. I mean, with Facebook is not really dead. It's just like a lot of college students are not using it. That's one thing I feel like we have to realize. Like our generation, we're growing up, so we're kind of like, okay, never mind, let's move on to this. But the younger generations who don't know about it are still like, oh my God, it's Facebook. Oh my God, it's MySpace. So they're still new to it. So in 5 years, it might still be thriving, but it will die down as we that are sitting here.
Right. Well, to piggyback off that, originally you couldn't sign up for Facebook unless you had a college email address. Really? So you had to be in college or have graduated from college, right? Then they started opening it up people in high school, now middle school. And I think that if that's the direction that Instagram goes, more advertising, more junk, the further away our generation is going to step away from it. Right. And until we reach that point, of course, we're going to love it. We're going to keep posting. But when those ads start to pop up, we get annoyed. We get tired.
Already. I don't know if you guys remember on your notification bar, it was like when you go to like your notifications, like, oh, who added you? At the top, it was like, you know how they had that thing there for like a week and it was like, privacy policy or something like that. I feel like that's where they're going to probably put things. And I was so annoyed, like, what is this thing? Move, yuck. And it wouldn't move. And I'm like, that's probably where they're going to start putting things. Or when we scroll, we're going to randomly see, oh, Coca-Cola. Yes. And I'm just going to be like,
And that's like exactly where I see it going as far as like the corporate world and then integrating into Instagram. Because I mean, that's where we're their target. You know, we're going to be the ones later on in life having kids and buying their products. And so they want to catch us at this age where everything's hot. Right now, Instagram's the hot thing. They need to get on Instagram. Coca-Cola puts up their little Coca-Cola bottles or whatever they need to do on their Instagram, make it look cool, put a caption up there. Bam. That's something that's stuck in all of our heads until we forget. Yeah, and it's great marketing. And that's one of the things that I see, like, when it comes to the corporate world and Instagram dealing with us as young adults.
I mean, again, but that's a positive thing. I mean, it's also a positive thing for someone who's trying to make some money. Like, if you invest in this, you're looking at money right there. So it's a great advertising tool, but it's also, you know, a great way to make money without really doing a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it has its pros and cons.
Because now businesses a lot of times make Instagrams as well.
right.
And a lot of people make stuff to promote their products or whatever the case may be. But I want to touch on something that you said, Courtney, about the conditions that they had put up top there. The situation with that is that in these fine print, it had said that they were legally allowed to sell our information out. So I know through Facebook there was an issue with Facebook where it was like debt collectors, insurance agents were actually looking to see on Facebook what you were doing. They could buy that information from Facebook. But when so many people there was so much backlash, even celebrities said, okay, I'm not going to do Facebook if this is the way that it's going to, or Instagram, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do Instagram if that's the way that it's going to work. Underneath Facebook, when Facebook bought it out, they got rid of it. They changed the fine print, and that's why they had put that up there to let everybody know that that wasn't the case. They weren't going to sell our information. But this is something I think that we have to consider, especially for the future. Right. We are taking down a privacy wall. We are letting everybody see into our lives. Whether you have a privacy lock on yours or not, you're still approving people, and people are still seeing it.
Right. I'm scared. Like, honestly, hearing that, I'm frightened. I'm terrified because who knows if my picture of me just hanging out, in our common area at our college could be turned into me on somebody's face, and something provocative or something nothing at all. Like, that scares me. Like, I'm actually really terrified hearing.
Yeah, because now that I think about it, like, I personally, with all my stuff, it's private. I don't really like people all up in my business, but I don't put my business out there like that. But I think they need to up it on the privacy thing still, because yeah, like, so people know exactly where you are. I don't need to have some random person knowing where I am. You shouldn't be tagging me.
Man, and we got some people out here posting illegal activities, all kind of stuff, and then tagging their location. And it's like, hey, come find me. Here I am.
And I don't like that. I feel like if I'm somewhere, what gives you the right to tell everybody where I'm at? How are you going to tag me into something? It's cool. How are you going to tag me in something and didn't ask me if it was cool for, everybody to know what I'm doing at the same time?
But then again, when you put yourself on Instagram, you know you taking that risk for that.
On record though, Instagram is a public entity, meaning anybody and everybody has a right to it. It's your choice to say yes, I could let this person do it, but when it's all said and done, like social network are public records. Right. It's publicly owned. Yes, there's a private company that's funding it, but it's public record. So I mean. We're so I mean, yes, we have this privacy stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still public record. So,
But you signed up for all this, so you should know what
sign your life away.
You signed your life away with Instagram. But
I don't know. Another just little quick thing I want to consider is I know we're all guilty of it. And you see a picture on Instagram, you screenshot it, you send it to your friends.
Edit it.
Did you see this? Just imagine how many people now can go to your profile. They can take a picture of your picture, and they could have you as their background. Somebody could have you as their background right now.
That's creepy. Someone could really screenshot a picture of you and put those little captions. Any caption about you.
I've heard of a lot of fake profiles starting like that. Like a lot of people will say you are them. So it'll be a picture of Tamara Hill, your life, and it's not Tamara Hill. But it's Samantha who likes Tamara Hill, who's obsessed with Tamara Hill.
A crazy person.
They do that a lot with celebrities, I was told.
True.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's another topic. But I don't know. For me, it's just like Instagram. That's why I limit the amount of like personal stuff that I put on my Instagram. Facebook has a lot of my stuff in it, but then it's like I don't even really post pictures on Facebook, and I don't really post pictures of me. Like I think Courtney said it, or somebody said it's just for promotional purposes, promote the events we're having on campus, or find out about events that's going on around the community. That's what I'm using my Facebook for. Twitter, I go on rants on Twitter, but Instagram, I just post pictures that I think are funny, pictures of people or other things, but not pictures of myself. I only have two, maybe 3 pictures of me on there, and I was in the.
Count on one hand.
Yeah,
Do you guys think the cons outweigh the pros with Instagram?
Yes. Yes, there are more negatives than positives to Instagram. Because I mean, if you look at it, like I think it was Simone said it. People could screenshot you and say exactly. It becomes they say what they want to say about you, which is not what you're trying to brand. That itself is a negative thing. Because I mean, again, they will use your first and last name, your real first and last name. Your employer wants to look you up. Boom, whoa! I don't want that. I don't want that. So again, there's more negatives to it than positive, at least in my point of view of it.
Yeah, I think today we've definitely brought up a lot of negative, which is kind of making me feel some kind of way.
Some type of way about it.
We're all looking around the room. Everybody's like, wait a minute. I know. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to delete my Instagram. I love Instagram. It's addicting. It's fun. It's an easy way to keep up with people. You don't have to talk too much. You can just look at pictures, just tap, so easy, so quick, so easy. I love it. But I think that we all kind of around the room feel similar that you might want to hesitate a little bit before you post something, which is something that I heard about this thing called Think, and it's asked you before you post it, is it positive? Is it promoting your image? Is it hurtful? Is it all these things? And I think that's something that maybe we need to emphasize more, especially in our age group, our peer group, our community, that maybe it's not the perfect place for everything that you want to post.
Definitely. Now I know when I post, I'm gonna definitely be thinking about that.
Mm-hmm. Javion, how do you feel about it?
I mean, I definitely do agree. I mean, it honestly, I feel like we're making, this is our generation. Like the 80s had leg warmers and stuff like that. They had all that stuff. But I mean, that's a part of their generation. Like they made it. That's what makes it the 80s, thing. Or So I mean, we're in the 20th or the 21st century. So I mean, we're technologically, literate. So I mean, we're using technology, so can't really blame
technology generation.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely says it all right there. As, you know, technology advances in our generation, Generation X and Y, I think we are just so into multitasking, social media, be social, promote yourself, promote your events, do this, do that. We love to do everything. And if we could have a little bit of technology in it as well, it just works so perfect. They're so cohesive. So I think that's, you know, I think today we really covered a lot of important information. What is Instagram? Why is it important? Why do we like it? Why does it make us feel good? But also, what do we need to be aware of when we're posting stuff on this social media site? And it all goes back to the same thing. These are the reasons why it's growing so rapidly.
Oh, so we're going to end this on a great note. That was a great conversation about Instagram. We had a lot to say, a lot of negative things to say, but hey, we still going to use our Instagram. Oh, yeah. You've been listening to Valley Black Talk Radio, College Edition, 88.1 FM, KFCF. I'm Tamara Hill.
And I'm Simone Rixey.
Stay tuned for next time.